Hey guys, good morning. Are you gonna put the lid on this? Put the lid on this expo marker. Please. Yeah, thank you. We are working on some letters. Maddie just got done with a Zoom, and Autumn's got her first name down pretty well, but she's never done Mendoza, so she's learning. Yeah, we're about to paint in just a little while. Why don't you clean up all these expo markers for mommy, please, so we can paint. So good morning. I haven't shown my face in a few days. I didn't vlog at all yesterday because I literally did nothing but watch Law & Order SVUs. Nothing. It was glorious. Everly was super well behaved yesterday. You can't really behave as a newborn, but the day before she was kind of fussy and like she missed the girls. She really wanted, she loves being around them, and she was fussy and I just wasn't cutting it for her. So yesterday she was not fussy at all. She was perfectly content with just me, and we had a great day. We just chilled. I watched Law & Order SVU all day because I'm behind 3 whole seasons. So it was just a very nice chill day. We picked up the girls, we had dinner together, and it was just leftovers, but still we had dinner together. We got everyone's stuff put away, and it was just a nice relaxing day. So there's nothing to vlog unless you wanted to watch me on the couch all day, which I do anyway, but that's literally all I did. I cleaned up the kitchen. That was the extent of my day. I got the vlog up, so that was good. Anyway, this morning, the girls, Maddie had a Zoom, Emmy has her last Zoom in a couple of hours, Everly has her first PT appointment today, and I was just working with Autumn on the whiteboard. She, I didn't write her middle name. Oh yeah, but you gotta put these expo markers up first, please, okay? Okay. I didn't write her middle name, so she asked for me to draw a rose, and that was the best rose that I could do. And this is a rose. It is a rose, you're right. And that's just to this rose. Kinda. So anyway, we were practicing shapes and letters and different things.
And we can pair next day.
Yeah.
I almost finished this dress ball.
Oh, is it the whole thing?
It's almost done.
Cool.
Yeah.
They were making stress balls and pretend haircuts during her Zoom today. It was like a social Zoom. They have that once a week, both of them, where they just kind of hang out. They play games with the kids in their class and stuff like that. So our weather has continued to be very crazy here. So it's been pouring down rain. There was actually a tornado that touched down not super far from us in San Antonio, which is so crazy to me. It was only E1, so again, those of you that live in places where you get tornadoes that are like, you know, consistently E3, 4, 5s, I'm sure you're like, that's nothing, but for us it's a big deal. We never get tornadoes here, so it's been kind of crazy. So because of that, outside is like destroyed. There's stuff everywhere. There's mud, I mean puddles, like muddy puddles everywhere. So we won't be playing outside, at least in the backyard, for the next few days. And besides, it's like torn up from trying to get that leveled, which is totally pointless because now with the rain, without having the pool on top of it, all of his hard work has like literally gone down the drain. All of the extra layering and stuff that he has done is all over the yard now. So it's pretty crazy. So anyway, we're gonna do that. We have to do the Zoom and the PT meeting at 1, and other than that, we're just gonna chill. I have some ground beef in the fridge, so I don't know what I'm gonna do for dinner tonight. I also have some chicken. We had leftovers from Saturday's barbecue that we pretty much have been eating on the last few days. The only thing I have left is a couple of chicken breasts and I think a couple of pieces of corn on the cob. So we may end up having that for lunch and just finishing it up and then having like meatloaf or something for dinner. We'll see. So yeah, that has been, I made 100 on my exam over the weekend, which was super nice. I'm very proud of myself and excited. It's always good when you start off a class with a good grade. And that's it. I have my hair back in a Dutch braid, but it's so tiny. You can see it's like such a tiny Dutch braid. My hair isn't very long, so I'm going to, because we're not going outside, I am going to set up a painting station for the girls and either have them paint canvases or they want to paint their night lights. So we may do that. I had to come up to the girls' school very quickly because I did not realize until we were going through uniforms that Emmy left her very expensive sweater here at school. And yeah, I don't want to have to repurchase it. And at the end of the school year, which kind of stinks because she has, both of the girls have their names, not engraved, embroidered in their sweaters, but at the end of the school year, they get rid of everything. And it's very unfortunate because, I mean, I understand, I guess, with good reason, you know, they can't just hold on to everything with the hopes that your kid's going to come back to school, but I got an email a couple days ago saying, actually right before Memorial break, because technically they didn't have school yesterday, they weren't back until today, which is crazy to me because this is the last week of school, but whatever. So it was from the front desk secretary, the assistant, and she was like, Miss Mendoza, I have Emily's sweater here. I'm like, great, thank you for letting me know, but now I have to come up to the school and they don't have packets. This week is just like enrichment learning, so I had to come up here to get it because I didn't want to lose out on a $75 sweater that's hopefully still fits her. If it doesn't, we'll bump her up to the next size, but like Maddie still fit her, and I don't want to have to pay another $75 if they can still use it, especially when in Texas that they're in school, there's only probably a 6-week period that they actually need a sweater or a jacket, because it doesn't start getting really cold here for a sweater until Thanksgiving-ish, and then they're out for Thanksgiving for a week, they come back for 3 weeks, they're out for Christmas break for 2 weeks, and then here at their school they come back for 2 weeks after Christmas break, then they're out an additional week in January for distance learning, ironic, and then maybe February, like before they went on break, on spring break. That's why she had her sweater, because they were barely wearing it. So she had left it there apparently because I hadn't seen it before spring break, but I thought they were going back, so I was like, no big deal, you'll get it when you go back. Well, they never went back, and I didn't realize she didn't have it. So yay, I'm super excited. This school is like very don't touch me, don't come near. I had to ring a bell, which totally understandable. I rang a bell and they almost like tossed the sweater at me. I was like, hey, however you need, and I had a mask and everything, I don't know. Anyway, so got that, yay. Now I'm gonna stop by my P.O. box. I have my girl Noelle sent me some masks, so I'm very excited. I bought them, but she sent them to me nonetheless to my P.O. box, so I'm gonna go pick them up, and then I'm going to head back home so I can do that appointment and get Emmy set up on her Zoom. The post office is insane, you guys. Insane. But look at the super cute prints that she sent me. Floral. And the back has this green, this like lightish green with polka dots. I love it. And then this one is black and white with pink floral. And it has black and white stripes on the back. Oh my gosh, I love them, girl. Thank you. She's awesome. They've been sitting in my P.O. box for 5 days, so it's good because I don't have to worry about doing anything but the basic sanitizing. This is crazy, crazy. I know it's a holiday weekend, but like, there's a line to get in the post office. What is going on? Like, the post office was open Saturday. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe because it's almost lunchtime? Oh my gosh, it was crazy. Thank goodness I didn't have to wait. I didn't have to mail anything. Everything was just pick up from my P.O. box and we're good. So anyway, thanks girl for watching. I love them. Okay, home. I got the girls set up. Hi, good morning. Just been laying there doing nothing, huh? We're just using old plastic plates. These were from, actually I'm not even sure, probably Walmart. I'm just having the girls, well, they wanted to paint their little wood pieces, so Autumn has this set of Crayola washable. They're all washable, but Autumn has a little set individual to herself, and then the big girls picked whatever colors that they wanted. They put them on their plates and they're painting. Also, it's probably beneficial to check what supplies you have before you buy more. I did not realize I had this many paint brushes and stuff. Orange?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can you please watch this paintbrush because I'm doing this?
You have 2 paintbrushes.
I
There's
don't.
plenty of paintbrushes. I'll get you a thing of water, okay?
Okay, for it.
Yes. So you can wash it in between.
Can I please paint this?
The paper? You can paint the paper. So it just took some old paper that they had from a sketch pad that's already been like colored and whatever on for them to do underneath, because I should have bought a tablecloth. Luckily it's all washable, so it'll come off the glass no problem. But yeah, I have all these paintbrushes. I did not realize I had all of these. And I had, these are all the new sponges I bought, these, but I had all those sponges too, so you know, whatever. And there's some paintbrushes in here, and then these are actual like washable paints that I think I'm gonna have them do on the easel outside, the blow up easel. Not today because it's ugly outside, but I think we're gonna do those paints instead of the prang or prong. I actually have those linked. Yes, I'll get you some water. Hold on, baby. I have them linked. Pretty. In my Amazon shop. The Amazon ones are a little more expensive. If you can find them at Dollar Tree, highly recommend. Thick, very good paint. The girls seem to really like it. Oh, now yellow? Okay. You have all those colors too if you want them, okay?
Okay. I want blue. Pretty, Adam.
Okay. So we'll see how long this keeps them busy. We have about 45 minutes until Zoom and PT appointment. Okay, painting turned into this, and it washes off very easily, both of them. We've already had to scrub a few spots on the table, and honestly, I'm not 100% worried about the chairs. This is what Maddie's turned out like. Emmy's is still working on hers. I promised her I wouldn't show it until she was done. She had to go for her Zoom though. And that's Autumn's. A nice ombre piece there. She even got the back. So it's drying. Emmy's is drying. The next thing I'm gonna have them do, we're also doing laundry, is these foam pieces so that we can take them back to Nin's house. For those handprints that we did the other day, on Mother's Day actually. I'm gonna have them paint those, and then probably some canvas paint. They seem to enjoy themselves. But now I have to contain my middle girls so that we can volume down to 6, or let me hear 8, so that we can do Everly's PT appointment. Oh my gosh, take me back to either one of these places. I'll take Disney or the beach at this point. Now, can we show your turtle? Wanna show it for me? Cute. We even did his toes a different color. Is it dry?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, not the back, but the front is.
Did a green shell, brown body, blue all the way else around. Now they're doing canvas painting. Autumn already finished hers. Don't ask me what I'm doing on mine. A palm tree, that's all I have so far. And there's Autumn's. So I mainly wanted to do one so that I could test out like what the paint was and stuff. So this is the brand I showed you in the Dollar Tree haul. They were $1 for an 8-ounce bottle. I think it's 8 ounce, so 237 mLs. I know, it's a tie-dye kit. So they were $1 each. I have 12 different colors. The ones that I found on Amazon is on my Amazon shop, linked under Kid, I believe, or I think it's Kid or Arts and Crafts. I think they're a little bit bigger, but they're twice the price. So if you have a Dollar Tree, I would suggest looking there. The paint is pretty thin, but it is enough. You can kind of see it running there. It holds up enough that it's not just like going like watercolor, just gonna, you're welcome, just completely go away, but it's thin to where you can see colors throughout the other colors. It's definitely not like acrylic paint, and it is very washable. I've already had to clean up Autumn twice because she did her rose before we had Everly's PT appointment, and then she did this after, so I had to clean her up twice, and it cleans up super, super nicely. So that's just something, you know, to think about there. Let me show your unicorn, Mama. Autumn actually did a really nice job on her rose. And so these are just from Dollar Tree. They have a little light switch in there for a night light. They love night lights, so that's a good little thing for them.
I didn't exactly want the peach to go, but it still turned out good.
You didn't want it like this?
No, it's not that I didn't want it. The peach, I thought it would be a little bit
She's
brighter.
peach on the unicorn. But anyway, so you can kind of see, you can see the wood through. It isn't super opaque like, here you go, Mama, like the
Well, mine turned out good.
yes, everybody's turned out really, really good. It's not super opaque like acrylic paint would be, or regular paint, but acrylic paint you can't get out of clothes and off of things. So we're gonna be sticking to this. So if you haven't picked this up, highly, highly suggest. Even if your kid doesn't need like every single color of the rainbow, I mean, they've been painting for hours. They started painting at 11. It is now 2:30, so that's a win in my book. Especially like it's pretty outside. It's hot, but it's pretty, but it's so muddy. I even had to clean up my Birkenstocks. They're over there drying because I wore them outside to go get their cement, 12 by, or 8 by 8, whatever they are, little stones, to take them to the garage to finish drying out because you can't step on them for 28 days. And I got mud on the bottom of my shoe, and I'm like, oh, great, I've been wearing them to stretch them out, which I have not. I wore them with socks for 2 days straight. Like the entire time I was wearing them was with socks, and honestly I wore them out. Right now I can totally wear them. I don't know how long of a distance I could walk in them without getting blisters or anything like that, but I've been able to wear them and they feel great. Thank you guys so much for the suggestion.
Here's mine.
That's awesome. So these are just the little canvases that we got from Dollar Tree. They were $1 each, and you can see here, I think depending on what they're all like color scheme and stuff, Emmy's drawing like a scenery, really cute scenery. So we may end up hanging these up in their rooms or in the playroom or somewhere cute so that they could see. We have a bunch more. I bought 24 of them. And then just clean up your area if you're done, okay?
Okay.
And we've been doing laundry. I just rotated a load of towels and Everly's clothes. And I think what I'm gonna do, I added the other paints in, Autumn's washables in with these paints. I think I'm just gonna leave these down here with all the arts and crafts and the brushes and everything, so we have easier access to them, because this stuff and the Play-Doh and everything we had up in the playroom, and it just was too hard. Emmy's the only one that could get them. Come here. And so it's just too hard for, what are you doing, crazy? What does that mean? You remember what that means? Turn it around, what does it mean? It means I love you. Okay, that is how my painting turned out. Don't ask me what any of it is. I mean, I can tell you what they physically are. Flower, palm tree, heart, boat, star, cheetah, diamond, like, I don't know, and the ocean, and I don't know. I just drew a bunch of random stuff, or painted a bunch of random stuff. There's Emmy's.
It looks so pretty, Mommy.
Thank you. There's Autumn's, and Maddie's is drying over there. Oh my gosh, we have so much stuff.
Add a little bit of dark glue on the picture.
Oh, that's why the glue it was wet. I was wondering what happened.
So after
yeah,
it dries,
so.
it will glow.
All right, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now for the glorious cleanup time. Got all the paints cleaned up. Now I am making some spaghetti for dinner tonight. I'm trying to think of everything that I need. I actually think I'm gonna cook up the entire, I was gonna make meatloaf, but I think I'm gonna cook up the entire 2 1/4 pounds of meat, and I'm gonna use half of it, like I'll leave half of it in the pot for spaghetti and half of it for maybe tacos or something. Blurry. I haven't decided. We made some boiled eggs this morning, so the girls had those for a snack, so that's great. And I just roasted up some, you are, I roasted up some spaghetti squash for me, for my pasta. And I'm trying to think what else. Like, I kind of had an idea earlier. I was like, maybe I'll make this. But I don't remember what it was. Maybe that's what I'll just do, is just like plain ground beef. And this pack is the pack that I have towels to fold. This is a pack of meat that I just bought. So maybe I'll just brown up, use a pound for the spaghetti, and just like cooked up, use a pound, put a pound in the freezer. That's what I may do, because I feel like a pound, especially since I'm not going to be eating a lot of it, I'm gonna have more of spaghetti squash, and I have some salad stuff to go with it. I think that'll get us fed today, and well, the rest will be home tomorrow. I don't know. I haven't decided, but I'm so excited. I meant to tell you guys, I didn't vlog yesterday. Today's Tuesday? Yeah, I didn't vlog yesterday. So I meant to tell you earlier, I pre-ordered the Live Rich planner. I'm so excited. It's from the Budget Mom. I love her. I've been following her for a while. I told you guys I have her printable Budget by Paycheck workbook. I've never had anything physically from her though. I have lots of her, I subscribe to her newsletter that she sends out every Friday. And so I have lots of her cash envelopes, like the ones that you print and make yourself. But I'm not a cash spender, especially right now, so I don't really know why I have them. I was thinking about doing some sinking funds and stuff like that, but I already kind of have it set up like that in our like main checking and savings account, and then we have multiple banks, so I have them kind of set up all over the place, like with the girls' accounts and stuff. And so I don't know, every free thing she sends out every Friday, I download in case I could ever use it for the future. But her Live Rich planner, which I couldn't remember the name of it the last time I was talking about it, I was really, it's Autumn throwing the ball for Lola. Actually, I think she's chasing it. Yeah, she's chasing it. It's not even for Lola. Oh my gosh. Well, Lola is, she is trying to grab it. Anyway, I'm super excited because it's an all-in-one planner. I really was looking at the Erin Condren, the 2020-2021, because I have a lot going on this next year. Not only do I have school, and I'm hoping the girls get to go back in some fashion to school in August, but we'll see on that. I start clinicals in September. I have classes. I do plan on going back to H&R Block depending on what it looks like next January. So I just have a lot of stuff going on that I'm going to want to keep track of things, you know, and so that's my excuse at least. So I ordered it. I pre-ordered the small lemon, no, the small fruit, I think is what it's called. And it is a typical size, like an Erin Condren. So I'm used to planning in that size. I didn't want anything bigger than the Erin Condren one. So I'm very excited. Yay! I cannot wait. It probably won't I probably won't get it until July, but I'm excited to start utilizing it and see how I like it. It has all kinds of daily checklist, meal planning, grocery list. It has weekly planning, monthly planning. It has like housework. I think that'll help me kind of do one load of laundry a day, because laundry ends up being like this. I'm on my 5th load today. 5th. I just put my 5th one in the washer, and I have 2 upstairs. No, I have 1 down here, 1 upstairs in my room that needs to be folded, 1 here, and then the towels. I have 1 in the dryer that is our clothes, and 1 in the washer is also our clothes, like the adults' clothes. So I didn't even do the girls' clothes. I'm just like, I did Everly's, not the 3 big girls. So I gotta get on a house cleaning schedule, especially now that we don't have a ton of like schoolwork. I do plan on throughout the summer continuing the girls to do their scholarly enrichment books and stuff like that we've got from Costco in the past. And I do want them to do math and reading every single day. I'm not super worried about Emmy's reading. She's a great reader. She always has been, and she's, you know, almost 11 years old. That I feel like her reading is good. She enjoys reading. Maddie has to read in order to continue that momentum that she has. She's been a great reader so far, but if she just stops right now, that we don't want to lose that go-getting reading that she's accomplished so far. But Maddie's just dabbling in math skills, so we want to retain that. Emmy really needs to retain her math in order to keep going, because she doesn't enjoy math as much and struggles a little bit more in it. So if we don't continue that, I don't want her to fall behind or anything. I don't think she'd fall behind, but I just don't want her to lose what she has already learned. So we're definitely doing reading and math every single day. We're gonna be working on letters and stuff with Autumn because I'm hoping she's gonna start pre-K in the fall. I'm hoping. We'll see how the whole school thing goes, because it's not a requirement here in Texas for them to go to pre-K, and I won't send her if it's gonna be, you know, that big of a problem, especially because she still is a little immature in the sense, like, she still puts stuff in her mouth, and she's 3, almost 4, and she'll be 4 in September and shouldn't, but she still does. So not everything, but I'm just more worried about like germs at her age. I mean, Emmy got the flu from school and she's 10, you know? So that just goes to show you, I don't want her to be around other kids if it's gonna be a huge, huge threat. So we'll just kind of play it by ear and see. But anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. Dinner. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and brown up all my meat and see what I can get for dinner. Okay, I have my ground beef cooked up. I have this super nifty little gadget that Min bought. I don't have a quart-sized freezer bag. I wish I did, but I don't. So I have a bunch of gallon size, but this thing holds your bag open for you, which if you've been following me for a while, I used to do a lot more freezer meals. I haven't actually in a while, I guess because we've been home. Freezer meals were just a lot easier when I was busier. Now I'm home, so it just feels easier to cook. I mean, but I probably should get to it. This would have been nice to have then, because I would constantly battle, especially when I would make like a huge thing of chili. I would constantly battle with trying to get my bags to stay open. I think she got them from Amazon. I'm not sure. I'd have to look. But that is awesome. And it stands up on its own, so you just, I don't even know if I'm doing it right. You just put whatever you have in there. So I kept a little less than half because this meal, like I said, is just going to be for us tonight. So I have this much for a future meal. I'll just let that cool off, and then I will close it up and stick it in the freezer, and then I'll have ground beef for another night when I don't feel like cooking it up for tacos or whatever. So that'll work. Stir my pasta, should be eaten pretty soon. I knew what else I was gonna talk to you guys about. So I've been trying to respond to comments from my computer. It's just so much faster for me to do it from my computer. And for whatever reason, every time I comment, it just does like the circle of death, beach ball of death, whatever you want to call it. And when it does that, it won't leave the comment. Like I thought, oh, it'll load, it'll, you know, leave the comment later. It doesn't. And it's a pain in my butt. Because like I said, it's just so much easier for me to do it from my computer than on my phone. So I'm trying to figure out what else I can pull out for dinner this week. But because of that, I answered back on 2 vlogs, a whole bunch of comments, and no go, would not let me do it. I was like, dang it. So I didn't take the time to go back through my phone and answer comments. So the best way for you guys to get a hold of me, honestly, 100% honest, is through Instagram. I'm reading every comment, and I try like this last, pulling things from the freezer. This last video, the barbecue, you guys had so many positive comments about Nin. Nin is amazing. Everybody needs a Nin in her life. She literally is so caring and selfless. That's what I tried to say last time, and I said careless. I meant caring and selfless. Like, she's just such an amazing person. My whole family, everybody in my family is amazing. Like, I am so blessed to be raised in a family that we have. It's just, it's unbelievable, really. Like, everybody is just so amazing. But I really can't say good enough good things about Nin either. She just is a great aunt, like seriously the best. And not only to me and my brother, she was always amazing to us as well, but to the girls, you know, like, and the boys. Like, she just is the best aunt in general. I'm trying to figure out what kind of meat I can pull for dinner the next few days. I think I'm gonna pull fajitas. We're gonna do some chicken and steak fajitas and some ground chicken. Yeah. And I'm gonna pull bacon bits. I think that's good. So yes, I tried to answer as many of y'all's comments as I could, but I don't know, YouTube's being weird. So if I didn't get to your comment, you had a question specifically, message me on Instagram. Going for an evening stroll. It's always a fight who gets to push Everly. But look, we finished decking out her. Let me see her wheels, Mama. Super cute.
Did you get the front wheel too?
Yeah. So cute. Huh, Mama? Happy girl. We just got back from our walk. Got an extra 2,500 steps, which is nice. And as I'm walking with all 4 of my children, it dawns on me that I could have a lot of grandkids. A lot. So I'm curious how many kids each of the girls want. And I'm gonna remember this for the rest of my days, because I could end up with a ton of grandchildren and great-grandchildren. I mean, look, between my brother and I, we gave my mom 6. So, I'm curious. Go wash your hands, but before that, how many babies do you want?
20.
20 babies?
Yes.
I had to feed Everly, but I'm curious what the other 2 say. So how many kids do you want?
2 at the most.
2? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have 2 and 20.
20.
Are you sure you want to stick with 20? That's a lot of children.
20 like that old. Actually, I want to stick with 0.
0?
20. So after my free vacation.
Uh-huh. And Autumn?
How many 5 babies.
5 babies. 5? How many do you think Everly's going to have?
6.
Oh my gosh.
I think she's gonna have 3.
That's a lot of grandkids. You know that?
Mm-hmm. That would be at least. But are you gonna have 5 babies with me, Mommy?
How many babies do I have?
Only 1. 4.
Well, right now I have 1, but how many babies have I had?
5.
My battery died. Okay. Now, how many babies has Mommy had? How many kids do I have?
4.
Yes. So you think Mommy's gonna have 5?
No.
You think I'm gonna have another baby?
Yes.
No. Mommy's not having any more babies.
You only have unless Everly pretends to be a baby.
Everly's a baby.
Yeah. And see.
And she's my last baby.
Is she 6 or 4 or 3?
She's 5, almost 6 months.
Yay!
Look at her. That was Emmy's old romper. Maddie had it, and it started to get too short on Maddie, so apparently Autumn thought it fit her. Oh my gosh.
The actual short part to her bottom.
my gosh. I'm so tired. It's just before midnight. Why I haven't got up and gone to bed, I'm not exactly sure. I was sitting here. I've been watching Lola. Why are you trying to bite me? She's like in defense mode. And I got hungry, so I ate the other part of my spaghetti squash because I was trying to like stay within my points and stuff, and I needed just a little bit extra before bed. And actually that was 2 hours ago. That's how long I've been sitting here. Anyway, I was watching, excuse me, I was watching Brad Mondo. If you've never heard of him, I'm pretty sure he's like big on YouTube. Whenever you watch something on your Facebook, like a video, more pop up from that person. Like it just constantly shows you the same thing. So it was same thing happened to Malibu, I think is her screen name. It's not Malibu, I think it's Malibu. However she says it. Anyway, she's expecting a baby sometime soon, I feel like. But she does a lot of like reviews, hair tutorials and stuff like that. So I've been watching, I was on a kick of watching her, and then all of a sudden, I guess because she does hair stuff, Brad Mondo popped up, and I'd seen him before. He's a hair critic, and I don't know if he's like, I know he's a professional hairstylist, but I don't know if he actively works or he just knows the information and reviews YouTube videos. So I think it's hilarious. I love watching him critique everybody's at home videos about doing their hair, whether it's bleaching or tonight I was watching balayages and ombres, and I've seen people cut their hair, dye their hair, all kinds of stuff. So I think it's funny, and that's what I've been sitting here doing. In the background there was a Law and Order SVU playing, and I'm so far behind. I still have like 52 episodes or something like that to catch up, which is insane when you think about that, because yes, on Sunday I had 69 to catch up on. So that shows you how many I've watched in the last few days. And I have watched Law and Order SVU since the very beginning. They're on the new season coming up, where I've heard Stabler's making a little comeback in. That one I believe is season 22. That's how long I've been watching Law and Order SVU. And clearly that's not a show that I would watch around the girls. It's not even, although they have gotten a lot more, I feel like TV in general has got a lot looser with their words and what they allow and what they bleep out. I feel like there are like maybe 3 words that they bleep out nowadays, and everything else is just free game. So I have to be careful what I watch around them in general. Not that I'm, they've all heard bad words from one person or another, or when we've been out in public, our neighbor was screaming at his kid saying the F word the other day, and I was like, we were all outside and the girls kind of looked at me, and I'm like, don't listen, that is awful. You never talk to anybody like that, and I'm like glaring at him through my glasses like, what the heck is wrong with you? Who does that to their kid, or around their kid, I should say. But at some point, it's not like the girls haven't heard it or won't hear it or whatever. At some point they have to make that decision to be a respectful person and know that there's a time and place to say a bad word. I'm not saying that I don't say bad words. I just know I don't want to present myself like that. So I try really hard to keep them completely under control when I'm anywhere near the girls, just because I don't want them to see me as an influence. It's one thing, you can't shield your children from every bad thing in the world, but you can try to keep your home a safe place for them. So that's what we're trying to do. But anyway, I get off my soapbox here because I'm not really of the judgment type. I could care less what you do with your kids. And I've been to friends' houses where they don't keep their mouths closed or clean when they're around their children, so my children have heard it. And at that point you kind of just make a decision of whether you want your children to be around that environment or not, and blah blah blah. Anyway, how did I get talking about this? Oh, about filtering what I watch in front of them. Yes, so I pretty much can't watch any shows around them because a lot of the people that I watch on YouTube, there are a handful of people that I watch that say absolutely no bad words or anything in their vlogs. Maybe some of the topics may be inappropriate to watch around the girls, but other than that, like if they're not paying attention or they don't hear, although I feel like Emmy is more aware and hears more things than she lets on. That could just be like a preteen thing, I don't know. I feel like I was like that as a preteen, teenager, so I think the little girls are off in La La Land. And of course, Everly is not aware of much yet, but I feel like Emmy's just starting to get to that age where there's no, like, you can't really get around doing things around her or saying things or whatever. She's very aware. So I watch what I watch in front of them. And because of that, my shows just build up. So Law & Order is definitely not one that I could watch around them just because of its content and stuff like that. That's not something that I would feel comfortable having the girls really know. Even Emmy, and she's almost 11, having her, she's 10 and a half, having her know those kinds of things just yet. You know, I mean, eventually she will, but not just yet. So anyway, I've been playing them to try and get caught up. I mean, yeah, caught up. But I've been watching Law & Order since the very, very beginning. I remember when Olivia Benson, her partner was Stabler. I remember all of it. Like I can recall so many shows that I remember when she was like skinny, short, super short, like almost buzzed haircut. I mean, she wasn't buzzed. It was a pixie cut. But man, I can just like recall so many different things. When Stabler's wife was pregnant with his last child, got into a car wreck, and like all these kinds of things I can remember. So I've been watching it for so many years. It's one of those things, like, even though the show is almost the same, you watch it and it's like the same type of thing, maybe a different genre, different case, different setting. It's the same kind of thing over and over. It's interesting, and it's crazy how long the show has been running. It's kind of like Grey's Anatomy. Like, Grey's Anatomy is one of those shows, I think it's and it's like 15th, 16th season, 14th season, something like that. And I've watched all of them. I binged them on Netflix when I first started watching it. And then like 3 seasons ago, I started watching it on TV. And Grey's Anatomy is one of those shows that I feel like is going to live forever. And if I worked at Grey Sloan or, what the heck is it called now? No, yeah, it's called Grey Sloan. Yeah, it's not Seattle Grace. It's Grey Sloan. Anyway, if I worked there or I lived in Seattle, I would have left that hospital a long time ago. All those doctors have been through so many things. So many things that I'm like, they cannot catch a break. So many people have come and gone. I can't even remember all of them until they do like a flashback on their Facebook page or something. I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that character. Like when Alex Karev left the show, they did a flashback of all of his like major points and stuff, and I'm like, dang, I forgot about that. I forgot about that person. I forgot about that. I forgot about Izzy Stevens. And now he went off and married her, and those twins are his. Like, how does that happen? Only in Shonda Rhimes land. Only in Shonda Rhimes land. I gotta go to bed. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore. I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. Sorry last night and the night before's vlog was super short. Hopefully today's a little bit longer. I am losing oxygen by the minute. I'm going to bed. So I hope you guys enjoy and we'll see you tomorrow.